I would consider this high Earth orbit where we are. All right. So anyways, it's going to be a quick impromptu show today. Just coming off some news, we are doing, it's like a special event. We're going to do...
What are we doing? What are you talking about?
We're going to do a full-length show tomorrow night. I had some crazy hours this week at work. I think I can say that for both of us. Because you had some out there hours, just with comparatively, or compared to the normal hubbub of like a day job or a second shift job. I think it's been
getting home right before dawn.
Yeah, kind of everywhere. Mm-hmm. That's wild, man. Well, I was doing the same thing, but I was doing it to play catch up on a vitally important, a couple important projects at one job. Anyhow, when we actually start the show, I got to remember to switch our source over too. I didn't do it last week, and I really want to, but it's probably been playing in the background. So I wonder how I could go in and adjust that. Let me take a minute and do this live on the air, as we always do. We figure out what we can do.
Sure, man.
But we do it live. I love it, man.
So it's a little bit of a throwaway episode anyway, so no worries.
You gotta have those once in a while.
Yeah.
Watch it be like better than... It wasn't a throwaway episode we did before, but it was not a serious one that has like a lot of downloads.
Oh,
like
really?
As far as audio-wise, yeah.
Okay.
When you compare the popularity of it to other stuff, it's like, why? That was...
Well, we're trying to be wacky. Well, we're not even trying to be wacky, just trying to be off the cuff.
Yeah.
Not really caring.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So I gotta jam this massive thing in my ear. All right.
That's what she said.
I know.
Yeah. See, it works there. Like, that works.
What works?
Well, recurring guest Pope Jones, he'll just be like, I gotta go make a casserole. Oh, that's what she said. Or like, I gotta like, blah, blah, just something that
it doesn't
work.
anything.
Yeah, it doesn't work with everything. Come on.
All right, as we always do, let's discuss stuff on the air. I can't even remember what was I going to do over here? I was going to try something live, but I'm not now. What is the likelihood you think we can get a big ensemble cast for the big 100? Like, maybe we can get like half the people we've ever had here all at once around a big table recording.
What, have to use like a condenser mic or something? Or
no.
Or like hot seat it? Like, 'cause that's a lot of mics.
No, we won't hot seat it. We'll get like two people to a mic.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that could effectively be 8 people.
Yeah.
But could you see like an 8 people show going out?
Sounds like a clusterfuck, man.
It does, but you know what I mean?
D&D falls apart after like 4 or 5 people, man.
I think we could do it though.
All right.
We are in the business of herding cats sometimes, so.
Herding cats?
Yeah.
What'd you hear, man?
I'm fucking great at herding cats.
Herding.
No, herding, like herding sheep.
Okay.
Herding cats, yeah. Which is not very, that's not a very, how do I want to say it? That's not an easy thing to do.
Herding cats? No, they do not have a herd mentality. They're kind of like loners, man.
Right.
Yeah, but
I've done it. I've had to. I'm losing my mouse again. All right, I forget what I was going to do over there live in here. I was going to try and transition to something. I was going to try and switch scenes without it actually switching, but I'm not that guy. I do it all with either I do it or
Come on, I thought Henry does it, man.
Well, he does. But whenever I got to pick up the slack, I will.
It's like he's asleep right now. Yeah.
Our setup here is just like a driver's ed card. Like I got the buttons, right? I got the buttons. He's got buttons too, but my buttons override his.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I brake on the passenger side.
Yep.
All right, man. Today. Today. Do we want to start with some dumbass news?
Yeah, let's start with some dumbass news.
All right,
we were going to do this last week, but
right.
I mean, we can bring up the one I had from last week.
Okay.
It was a Florida man.
Yeah, actually, yeah, Florida
Yeah.
man. What? Okay, what is it?
So I forget the names now because I don't have the article pulled up, but
Well, tell me the headline and I'll pull it up quick.
Man arrested in jail parking lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
that story.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So,
Gets released from prison or jail. Was upset because they didn't give him his smokes. Starts breaking. They have him on footage, like getting into like a car, sitting there for 2 minutes, getting out. Starts breaking into cars for smokes. Immediately arrested, thrown right back in jail. Didn't even make it out of the parking lot.
Newsweek. You think they're gonna MSN? Is MSN bad for ads?
I think a lot of news sites are bad for ads, but
if you pop up an ad, MSN, you're done in my book. Losers. I'll never trust you. Actually, you know what? Oh, did I speak too soon? Is it bringing a video in, or is it bringing a picture in? If it's a photo, I'm all about it. But you never know till the page loads.
yeah, so many of them are just like you click on it and there's no article, just a video.
Right, yeah. And I hate that. I like actual text sources. That's what we're gonna do. Wow. All right, so let me get this link. The page hasn't loaded, but I'm just going to hit stop because we're not going to wait for a video to load. Of course, you hit stop and it don't stop. What does that mean? Incoming video? When you hit the stop button and it don't stop. Hopefully it's on a source that we can hear it. If it's not, man, I would hope that somebody would tell us, hey. All right. Let's go to our whoa, what a pretty picture, Bing.
Brought to you by Bing with a tapestry.
Right. All right, so we're going to switch over to our is it going? Yeah, we'll switch to our browser source quick. So this guy.
Yep, that's the guy.
And I hate showing people's faces and names, but it's like, we're not doxing him or nothing. He already did it to himself.
Florida has like pretty open laws when it comes to like what you can like show about like arrests and stuff.
What about PA?
And like criminal records?
Oh yeah, Florida. Yeah. If you do it, it's out there.
Yeah,
you're not.
Yeah,
you're not hiding in the public scope of the media like what they. Yeah, no.
But I think that plays into why there's so many Florida mans.
That's meme city, dude. Meme central. So this guy, he arrested on charges of grand theft. Okay.
I think that's what he was originally in for.
Okay, after being released, deputies in the parking lot of the jail observed Lewis pulling car door handles and learned he had just burglarized several cars right there at the jail. Surveillance video captured Lewis briefly getting into a silver... Okay, whatever. We don't need to know about that. See whether they were unlocked. Hey, how you doing? Text me later. Confronted Lewis after seeing the surveillance video, and the suspect handed him a brown paper bag he'd taken from a car filled with cigarettes, a debit card, and a Florida driver's license, and $547 in cash? Damn, who is keeping $500 in their car?
Man.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyhow, yeah, so...
Someone who might want to make an escape themselves, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. They got their... You park your own car with your money outside the jail. I think they'd notice that. Because what if you spent a significant amount of time in jail? Or what if your escape doesn't go according to plan? And they notice this car sitting there for a couple days extra, let alone a couple weeks or a month. And then the time comes...
Wasn't that in a car that he broke into?
Yeah, that was it. Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you park your own car at the jail.
Yeah.
For when you do get out. Or make your escape. That would suck. It wouldn't work.
No, I thought it was more like just like a prison guard or somebody who works there. Like, never know, might need to go get that pack of smokes.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? So there's that. There was another article. I forget her name, but there was two people in the running. So give me a second here to pull them up.
All right.
I like doing it this way, but I don't. I pull it up on this side, then I move it over there. All right, so anybody, if you've ever heard this name, it's Lawrence Sullivan. Have you heard that name? Okay, well, why not? Let's copy and paste it into the Bing verse. I really need Bing on a separate monitor. Like, I need a fourth monitor here, man. Or...
It's going to wall you in with monitors, man.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's what I should. All right, we're going to flip back over. When we come back, we're going to our actual scene.
Whoa, what's up with the Joker there?
Well, that's what we're pulling up. So this dude, he has a record. He's been in jail.
No, that guy?
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, that guy. he's got like Joker related tattoos covering his face, and then he dyes his hair. So yeah, he's definitely been in trouble. But then there's another girl, and this is a Florida man again. Is that any?
I thought that dude was a stockbroker, man. New York City. Come on.
New York?
Yeah. I could see it in New York.
Real estate broker?
Yeah, you could see that
in LA?
Yeah.
Maybe San Fran, where their hipsters at out there.
Portland. Definitely Portland. Yeah.
No, that's a Florida man, sadly.
Yeah.
I understand it. He's gotten some publicity over time. If you want to check him out, his name's right there. It's Lawrence Sullivan. You can see it. Let me scroll back up. Lawrence Sullivan. He does have a kind of... You know what I mean? Like
psychotic look to him?
Well, other than that, but he's got a story.
Oh, okay.
Too. Do you know? So, all right, let's go into space. We're actually on our main scene while I pull up this other lady. Now, there's somebody that is giving him a run for his money.
Sure, he's a nice guy in real life.
I don't know if I can
what would that guy do other than looking like the Joker?
What did he do?
Yeah. Like, why are we talking about him?
Well, because this is just going along with your Florida man thing.
Okay.
And there was another one.
Is he trying to win the crown for Florida man?
No, he's been in trouble a few times over the past, and he tries to spin it like it's a sad story. And it, you know what I mean? I think it was just because of gaining the attention of the media, he tried to.
Wow.
But he may be a nice guy. I'm trying to get this source up, but I'm going to fail. Yeah. The Miami Joker was what he was called. I just thought of that if it wasn't up there. This has to bring her up. If it doesn't, okay, here she is. And she's not a Florida woman. She is actually... I'm just going to bring up the strict search results like I have been. That way anybody else can go out and get it, and we're not risking any, like, oh, you used our material. Look up Florida. And that's not even the right one. I have Florida in there. That's why it was hard to find. Okay. Will it bring up? Oh, yes. Oh, my. That brings up so much more. So much more about her. And one last source. So you just saw the Joker. And why, like, I understand tattoos. Mm-hmm. But to take it to that point.
Like the Lizard Man, too? Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Well, he kind of was like, I'm not going to say the first. You know what I mean? But he definitely...
I think like the Lizard Man, I remember like back from the 90s.
Yeah. I mean, he was doing... He was going for a world record.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You know, Guinness, like most tattooed body, I think. And has anybody beaten him? I don't think.
Probably a lot of people. Whoa.
A lot of people have taught him, yes. This woman in Ohio, Alyssa, I forget her name.
She looks like one of those Day of the Dead skulls, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But here, we'll blow it up in the browser source quick and then we'll cut back. I would not run around with that on my face. I'm not, you know what I mean?
I don't have any tattoos, but yeah.
Well, I do, like, clearly. Like,
oh, okay, yeah.
I have tattoos I got in...
Yeah.
But I'm not going to tat up my face, especially like that, man. Like, all right, let's move this on just a tad bit more. Intelligent life, let's say it exists out there.
We're making this segue.
Well, I want to make a point with it, okay?
Okay.
Intelligent life exists out there in the universe, all right? And say they show up. Say they even send their Cylons in, their robots, their it's not organic. What's the word I'm looking for?
Inorganic. Yeah. They're synthetic.
Yeah, they're synthetic beings show up because they can't make the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The distance between galaxies, whatever. And they show up and let's say their first run-in is with Joker, the Miami Joker, or this woman from Ohio. Do you really, do you want that to represent our planet? No.
No.
Do you think they're going to be is our planet, our whole solar system, is it getting checked off the list like non-intelligent life? Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
I don't want to talk bad about people, but why?
But they're at least intelligent enough to
why?
Figure out tattooing technology, I guess.
Right.
So.
Wow. They probably, these aliens, they're Wondering how many more we're gonna go by. That was like a
we're gonna
couple of them.
we're gonna get one of those like motorcade long ones because they happen every once in a while.
Oh, with like the 50 bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we're just sitting here and you can kind of hear noise going in and out. It's a big convoy, a cycle or motorcade, whatever. Yeah, these intelligent beings out there in the universe, if they exist, and they show up, they're Cylons, robots, whatever. They're droids that they send in their stead to represent them. They'll probably have tattoos. You know what I mean? Maybe tattoos that change. That would be cool.
Who knows? I imagine they'd be way ahead of the game in tattoo tech.
Than this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, most certainly. But anyhow, let's oh, we're already back.
I mean, an octopus is already ahead of the game in tattoo tech.
Well, think about the cuttlefish, dude. That's some crazy tech there.
Yeah, the one like where they can like. I've seen them almost do a checkerboard pattern, but like the edges look a little wavy.
Right, yeah. But that's pretty nuts.
Yeah,
that you look like this crazy thing, but you can change your color, and they can even change the texture of their skin. That is a crazy animal.
Yep.
You're telling me that belongs on this planet, and that's not from another planet?
I think they're like the next in line. They're one of the next in line if humans bite the dust
to take over.
Yeah, like
hey, cool.
Yeah.
So what do you think, man? Intelligent life out there, does it exist? With as much as out there, okay?
Yeah, I think somewhere. It's just can they? I think it's just the numbers. Yeah, like we're here, the numbers, but is it feasible to cross space? That's the issue.
To communicate.
Yeah, communicate or travel. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. In our lifetime, no.
I mean, just in general, you know what I mean? Is for any species.
No, I heard an interesting conversation. I think they're kind of talking about more of the specifics of what it would take to get one of those little tiny probes and push it with a laser to Alpha Centauri or whatever.
Yeah, the next star, like the closest star system.
Right.
And it could be within this, like you can get one of those there in the span of a human lifetime.
Right. And I'm not I don't want to compare, because this is a little outside of the realm of my knowledge, and I'm going to make a direct comparison, but I'm going to make one that I think would make most people understand that it's pretty damn powerful. Okay, so they're talking, I think, about using 100 megawatt laser. All right?
Mm-hmm. And
that don't sound powerful, like, oh, you know what I mean? If you just say it, not sounding real powerful. But I'm gonna compare that against, I fly RC vehicles and do like FPV flying, where it puts my view on board the view, like I get to see it from a camera on the craft, whether it's a plane, drone, fixed wing or multi-rotor, whatever you want to call it. The transmitters that I use for that video signal and audio, if I want it, I just never wire it up because I don't want to hear the whine of the motors and propellers. But that transmission coming back is in the 5.8 gigahertz spectrum, at least as far as what I use here in the US. And the receiver is a 600 milliwatt, not megawatt, milliwatt receiver. And I can get out there pretty far with that. You know what I mean? Like, I've been over a mile out. I know that. And then they make other ones that are a little bit more toned down, that you don't have to have like a ham license and whatever else to use them. I think 25 milliwatt is the accepted, like, so cutting it, or maybe it's either 25 or 250. I can't remember. I think 250 is still a little high. I think the 25 milliwatt is the accepted range. But compare that. I'm transmitting video and stuff back with, even I've done it with the 25 milliwatt one, because I have one that's like safe for everybody to use. You don't need any certifications to use it, and I still transmitting video and audio if I want it. And they're talking about 100 megawatt laser.
Yeah.
Now, I know you can't compare the two,
no.
But the meg is what I was comparing, and they're gonna push that.
Yeah.
That's a pretty powerful laser, dude. Like, what if something gets in the way of that? Is it gonna like beam right through it, cut it? Probably not.
I don't know. I'm not a laser expert, man.
Yeah, I wish I knew one, right? So I could be like, hey, but that's how many milliwatts make 1 megawatt. I could look that up, but I'm not going to.
Well, milli is like to the thousandths place of a watt, and then mega is what to the, how many, is that the million watts?
Maybe, I don't know.
Is it Yeah, so your orders of magnitude. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty powerful laser. Like, to make a comparison, I will look one thing up. How would we look this up? Power.
You can go I guess you can go milliwatt to megawatt conversion.
Well, I'm looking up the power in milliwatts of the pet laser toy. I don't think I'm going to find it. Pet safe laser. Okay. So it's a class 3A laser with 5 milliwatts max power. So a 5 milliwatt laser is what's acceptable safe for like pet use to get your cat or dog. Some dogs don't see it, some cats don't see it, and then I've seen both see it, you know? See the little laser pointer? And you're taking that 2.5 to 5 milliwatt laser, and let's jump that up to like maybe it was 100 megawatts. I can't remember what they said in their conversation, but they definitely, you know what I mean? That's powerful.
Yeah.
And for that to push, and I understand how it works, but I'm not. Like, if you have something, how are they propelling it? They have something with
like a sail.
A reflective surface.
Yeah. And
it's not just going to shine that back. It's actually going to propel
something
it.
that absorbs it all, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, not necessarily reflective, but
That's crazy tech, man.
I just thought of something though. So you get it up to that speed though. How do you slow it down at the other end?
You got a torpedo out a laser. When you're getting toward your destination, you torpedo out a laser or whatever, rocket, missile. It shoots out, sticks, and then you got to get somebody remote controlling it to aim it toward air brakes, man.
Yeah.
Air brakes. Yeah, that's a pretty nuts speed. I wonder how long they would have to, like, how long do you engage that laser beam to get something up to speed? You know what I mean? Like, it would be a bunch of quick bursts, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine the targeting on that once it gets so far out? Like, say you want to give it another boost.
Well, I imagine at some point it's gone, and that's all you're going to be able to give it.
Right, but let's say it's not gone. Let's say it's to the point where it's not gone yet. Still within our solar system, we want to give it another boost right before the end.
Small target, man.
Dude, have you ever saw somebody sighting in a satellite dish for TV?
No.
That can be a hair-pulling, like, experience. It's like you're trying to hit something the size of a dime, like at the distance of the moon. It's not easy. Not easy. Even lining up Wi-Fi from a point-to-point jump. Do you know how much trouble I've had lining that shit up?
And that's just over like however many feet.
Yeah. We're talking maybe in the quarter-mile range. You know, I've never jumped. I mean, I've done some where it's been a few miles, but that was with higher-end gear. Yeah. On that news, let's say we go back up to the source again. They got some new pictures of Saturn with Hubble. And it looks, I have to say, dude, this new picture of Saturn looks pretty damn fake, if I do say so myself.
Here we go.
No, I mean, I know this shit. I have a telescope. I can connect my camera. Any camera I have, I can connect to my telescope, and I can look at this shit. It looks great. It's amazing. I'm telling you this, it's not a light in the sky. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, this new image of Saturn, you just do this. Simple copy and paste. Copy and paste, guys. Copy and paste. Luckily, we're not working with a slouch of a computer here. So here, and I can show this without trouble, right? Here are some of the new images of Saturn.
Wait, you afraid NASA's going to come down on you like the hammer, man?
Guys, I want paid this week. Come on now. Be fair about it.
Come on, we're shilling the brown shit.
Well, that's the thing. And I heard, dude, I lost it. They were talking about this intelligent life stuff in this conversation. And say it shows up, and we want to know whether they're intelligent or not. The litmus test for us to test aliens, if they're intelligent, is like, what shape is the planet you come from? Round or flat? You know what I mean? Like, you ask like intelligent life that shows up here, like that's our litmus test for them, round or flat.
Okay.
What's the shape of your planet? I lost. It was great.
Yeah. I think actually it's math. Well, I mean, if you show up here from another planet, I think that's proof enough.
Yeah, that you're intelligent. Yeah, without a doubt. So here's some of the new pictures of Saturn. I'm not going to play a video. I don't want Mashable or Science. Anybody coming after me. Let's click on images and see what happens. Now, granted, all these aren't real. Some of them are artist renderings. Okay? Some of the shit is just an artist rendering. It's not out of the question that if I can be on the ground and without a telescope, just a camera and a tripod, take a picture of Saturn.
As a dot in the sky.
You know what? Well, yeah. I've got it more than a dot. And then with a telescope and a camera, I've got it blown up to where I can... Let me see if I can find something. Mine was not quite this clear, but I got to almost that point. Okay? Like, I could see distinction in the rings. I could see some banding on the planet. And I'm just a dude. I'm nobody. Mm-hmm. You know, NASA chills, obviously. But we're not talking about that. I'm just a guy with a telescope.
Oh. I was wondering, why are the pictures... It's the car of the Saturn.
Right.
Yeah.
That's out there in space?
Yeah. Man.
When did they do that?
Well, there's one car out in space.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I mean. Now, should he be charged with littering? Do you think? Should he get a littering fine?
I don't think so. No one has jurisdiction over it right now.
Right. Yeah. Well, when somebody does get jurisdiction, Elon, expect a fine for that. Mm-hmm. Where would you pay that?
I don't know.
Space court.
Space, yeah. Some future some future organization that holds jurisdiction over space.
Now, this is going to load, and it's going to load poorly, but I wanted to bring it up. Let's copy the link address and take it over to Bing. Of course, I don't know how Bing is going to load stuff, but if you want a real laugh, you got to go listen to this guy, because I do believe he talks about the new images of Saturn. He's going, okay, and this individual here, actually...
I thought you were going to say, if you want a real laugh, man, just go use Bing.
Well, that too, but I got to pause this before it comes up. Pause. Can I just hit the pause button and it'll pause? Please work. It's taking eternity to load. I don't want to put somebody else's shit out there.
Got all this.
So it has the play button. That means it's going to be paused, right?
Should.
Okay. Flat Earth. Robot takes drugs on the ISS. If you want to laugh and think about and get a good perspective of where some of these people's heads are at, go check that video out.
Delusional?
A little bit.
Yeah.
And it's dude, like he's like talking about it's a robot. A Russian robot was sent up to the ISS, and they were doing some testing with it. Okay. And the guy was controlling it with like a controller. Yeah. And the dude's talking about, this guy's talking about like this robot's like tripping out, looking at its hand and like all this other, among other crazy countless shit.
They gave the robot acid, is that what he's saying?
I don't know.
Because that'll work.
I tried watching some of this stuff. Like, no, I can watch when there's actual credible people talking too, because it's not just people that believe this shit talking in their echo chamber. They're actually on somebody else's platform and talking. But I tried watching a strict video where going into like their lives, their recorded the recording of a live stream. I made it like 11 minutes in, and it started hurting my head. Of like,
I don't know how you're a glutton for this punishment.
Well, no, man. Like, I'm just saying, like, I made it 11 minutes in, and I'm just like, yeah, not intelligent life. Clicked off the channel. Like, I'm sorry. And other people have said it. There's something so simple. Okay, if you want to know, if you want to dive into the complexities of space and planets, all that, the shape of our planet, other people have said this. I'm not going to be the first. Explain the difference between day and night. How can that cannot happen on a giant space pizza that we allegedly live on? The sunlight is not arbitrarily going to travel so far in this direction and then travel in a different distance in this direction to highlight half of a pizza.
Yeah,
it don't work like that.
Yeah, like take a flashlight,
shine it on a table.
Hold it in an angle.
Is that light going to stop? Now, granted, you may get some weird shape over enough distance with a flashlight beam. But again, it's a flashlight. It's not a sun, not a star. But yeah, explain the day-night cycle. If you can get past that, and it sounds reasonable, then boom, I would say move on to bigger and better things about the actual shape of the planet.
Yeah, your whole issue is they can't get past step one.
You can't.
But you've been saying this for like a year and a half.
Dude,
I know.
You can't. I mean, there's so much shit that's wrong. How light would travel, the temperature difference in the seasons, just the speed of the sun. It would change in the sky, because when it moves to the Tropic of Cancer, that sun would be ripping through the sky. And then when it gets to the Tropic of Capricorn, it would have to slow down to almost a crawl to go. You know what I mean? Shit don't work like that. I'm sorry. Sadly, a lot of this movement is being reduced to echo chambers, like live streams, daily shows.
Yeah.
It's just an echo chamber where if anybody credible comes in, they don't attack. They don't attack they don't attack the subject matter. They attack the person. You know what I mean? Try to point out how this person didn't go to college, didn't go to. Doesn't have training. They're not an expert in the field. They clearly are.
Yeah. Instead of just being like, well, we're just going to go through it. Here's
right. Instead of going on with the actual subject matter that they agree upon, and these are professional people have approached the flat Earth community. Okay, professors, scientists, physicists have all approached them, and undoubtedly every time, not from everybody on that side. But they don't stick with subject matter. They start attacking the person. Do you know what I mean? They don't have, it's not a debate about flat or round. It's somebody saying why it's round, this is how you can test it, giving all the proof for it that anybody can look at and test. And then the other side gets their turn, instead of trying to either prove those points wrong or prove why it's flat, or even begin to even think about producing a model. They just attack the other person's credibility.
The flat earthers attack
the other person, and you know what I mean. Whether they start pulling up the private communications that they've had with the scientist or physicist, whatever.
Yeah, because they don't have a leg to stand on. So
that's what you do. That's the classic move.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like I equate flat Earth to the knight in Monty Python.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
merely a flesh wound, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like he's missing a leg, he's missing an arm, and he's like hopping on one leg, but...
Actually, it's just a stump.
Yeah, just a flesh wound. Just merely a flesh wound. No, it's more than that, man. So yeah, that's how I equate that out. It is getting around to that time. But I did want to bring that up. If you want, go take a look at that. You will have a real laugh. It's going to hurt your head, though. I promise you that much, so... Think about it before you go.
I don't even bother with it.
You know what I mean? I put it on as like, you hear the noise that goes by here. Cars.
Yeah.
So unless I want to listen to the occasional car, the occasional convoy of cars go by, I need something on when I'm working.
I like something with the occasional joke in there, you know?
Well, there's enough. Yeah. That's what I said. I listen to it when it is both sides representing their shit. And it's undoubtedly always a dumpster fire. But when you go to a recorded live stream or a video uploaded, and it's not representing globe and flat, it just hurts your head, man. It's like, I made it 11 minutes in, and I'm like, clicked off of it, done. So yeah, non-intelligent life out there, I'm going to say. At least not in that
instance, yeah.
Not in that camp.
No.
But hey, who the fuck am I? We just work here. We just work here for the show, man. We don't know what we're talking about.
Nobody asked us.
Anyhow, man, any words to send it out on today?
Look both ways before crossing the street.
Yeah.
Yep.
Explain day and night, and then I will listen beyond that.
Okay. I'm just saying, literally, just look both ways before you cross. That's just good advice.
That's good advice, and so's mine.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to undo, 2,500 years of science? Roughly? I mean, it's something like that, I think.
I think
You can
couple hundred was like the modern scientific theory, I think.
Right.
Like in the hundreds, but
right. But going back to where they actually.
But yeah, there were still smart people before that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're gonna undo all that just cause for reasons, magic. Come on, man. You would be more beneficial. Go get a flat Earth tattoo. It'd be way more beneficial. You would actually have a picture of the flat Earth then. It would be a better model if you go get a tattoo of it than to.
But it's still going to be curved a bit, no matter where you get it. Yeah. Unless you flatten out a spot of your body first.
Irons are on sale.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyhow, man, we're gonna send it this week. Do you work tonight?
No, I'm off tonight.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, any preview what we want to do on the show?
No, because I've been swamped, so I haven't been able to look into anything yet. So
yeah. Well, swamped is the general consensus when you're just guys that work and do stuff.
Yeah.
So from two dudes that work and do other stuff. Have a good week, people.
Yeah, later on.